Welcome to Quiz Time. I'm your quiz master, Sean, and I've got questions for you. Lots of fun questions for you. So let's see what you know and learn some stuff. What is the longest river system in North America? Is it the Mississippi-Missouri River System, the Yukon River, or the Colorado River? The longest river system in North America is the Mississippi and Missouri River Systems. What was one of the largest countries in the 13th century? Was it the Mongol Empire, the Kingdom of England, or the Byzantine Empire? It was the Mongol Empire. As of 2025, who is the new Prime Minister of Japan? Hiroshi Tanaka, Keiko Fujimura, or Sane Takaichi? First female Prime Minister of Japan is Sane Takaichi. Who was the first choice for George Bailey in It's a Wonderful Life? The first choice. Were they going for James Dean, Dick Van Dyke, or did they want Cary Grant? And originally they wanted Cary Grant. But really? Nah. Who created the Muppets? Was it Sherry Lewis, Frank Oz, or was it Jim Henson? The creator of the Muppets was Jim Henson. What is considered the first modern novel? Robinson Crusoe, Pamela, or Don Quixote? The first modern novel is considered to be Don Quixote. What sculptures remain a source of tension between Greece and Britain? The Venus de Milo, the Discobolus, or the Elgin Marbles? Discobolus. They're fighting over the Elgin Marbles, not the Discobolus. What boycott did Rosa Parks spark? Was the Montgomery bus boycott, the Selma March boycott, or the Birmingham lunch counter boycott? She inspired the Montgomery bus boycott. God bless her. What was the first video game system Nintendo released? Was it the Color TV game, the Famicom/NES, or the Nintendo 64? Nintendo released the Color TV game. Where was the Beetle originally designed? Was the Volkswagen Beetle designed in the USA, in Germany, or was it designed in Austria? It was designed in Germany. The Volkswagen. Of course. What is the hood ornament on the Rolls-Royce called? Is it the Spirit of Ecstasy, the Flying Spirit, or just the Spirit? The hood ornament has a name. It's the Spirit of Ecstasy. What president survived an assassination attempt 69 days into his presidency? Was it Trump, FDR, or was it Ronald Reagan? Ronald Reagan survived the attempt. He got shot, but he lived. How much did Disneyland tickets cost for adults when it first opened in 1955? Did it cost $1? Did it cost $5? Or did it cost $3 for an adult? It cost $1. I think it's gone up a little though. What was the Last Supper painted on? Was the Last Supper painted on drywall, glass, or on canvas? The Last Supper was painted on drywall. How many copies of Shakespeare's First Folio are known to exist? 300, 500, or 235? 235. What was the popular cliffhanger from the TV show Dallas? Where's Sue Ellen? Who shot JR? Who shot Mickey? Who shot JR? What country did Grace Kelly become the princess of? Great Britain, Sweden, or Monaco? Grace Kelly became the princess of Monaco. As of 2025, who is the president of South Korea? Lee Jae-myung, Yoon Suk Yeol, or Park Geun-hye? Lee Jae-myung. Who was the leader of the Kingdom of Mali from 1312 to 1337? Was it Mansa Musa, Sakura, or Sandiata Keita? Mansa Musa. Who was Alaska purchased from? Did the United States buy it from Spain, from the United Kingdom, or was it purchased from Russia? Alaska was purchased from Russia. Seward's Folly. Where is Monument Valley located? Will you find that in New Mexico, Colorado, or Arizona-Utah border? Monument Valley is located on the Arizona-Utah border. How many kings did Sparta have at one time? 1, 2, or 3? More than one can cause problems, one would think. At one time, Sparta had 2 kings. That sounds like drama. How many years did Vikings reach North America before Columbus? 300 years, 700 years, or 500 years? They were here 500 years before Columbus. Who played Maria Trapp in The Sound of Music? Was it that role played by Julie Andrews, Jessica Tandy, or Angela Lansbury? That role was played by Julie Andrews. Who played Sam Malone in Cheers? Was that played by Burt Reynolds, Tom Selleck, or Ted Danson? In Cheers, Sam Malone was played by Ted Danson. Why did men play female roles during Shakespeare's time? Was it because women weren't allowed to act? Women weren't interested in acting? Or was it because there just weren't any women around? Women were not allowed to be actors. Where did the term Impressionism come from? Is it from Edgar Degas' exhibition title, from Pierre-Auguste Renoir's journal writings, or from Claude Monet's painting Impression Sunrise? From Claude Monet, painting Sunrise. What year did the Korean War end? Was it 1953, 1955, or 1952? The Korean War ended in 1953. After how many years did the Berlin Wall fall? 25 years, 34 years, or 28 years? The Berlin Wall fell after 28 years. What did Lamborghini originally make? Did they make airplanes, tractors, or motorcycles? Originally, Lamborghini was a maker of tractors. And they got faster. Who designed the Mini Cooper? Was it Sir Alec Isagonis, Giovanni Bertoni, or Ferdinand Porsche? The Mini Cooper was designed by Sir Alec Isagonis. Who became the leader of the Soviet Union in 1985? Was it Leonid Brezhnev, Boris Yeltsin, or was it Mikhail Gorbachev? It was Mikhail Gorbachev. When did Alaska and Hawaii become states? Was it 1958, 1959, or 1960? They became states in 1959. What school was Paul Cézanne rejected from? The Académie Julian, École des Beaux-Arts, or Sorbonne University? Guess he didn't have the talent. It was École des Beaux-Arts. Who wrote The Picture of Dorian Gray? Was it Oscar Wilde, Mary Shelley, or Bram Stoker? The Picture of Dorian Gray, that was by Oscar Wilde. What were the names of the FBI agents in The X-Files? Was it Scully and Mulder, Mulder and Benson, or Scully and Stabler? That would be Scully and Mulder. How many lines of dialogue does Arnold Schwarzenegger have in The Terminator? 17 lines, 20 lines, or 14 lines in The Terminator? He had to deliver 17 lines in that movie. That's it. Good money. How long was Venice a republic? Was it about 800 years, about 1,300 years, or over 1,000 years? Venice was a republic for over 1,000 years. What year did the Spanish flu hit? 1915, 1920, or 1918? Spanish flu hit in 1918. What is the northernmost point in the USA where the sun doesn't set for 82 days in the summer? Prudhoe Bay, Alaska, Barrow, Alaska, or is it Nome, Alaska? The northernmost point is Barrow, Alaska. What is the deepest lake in the USA? Is it Crater Lake, Oregon, the Great Salt Lake, or is the deepest lake Lake Tahoe? The deepest lake is Crater Lake, Oregon. Where did the Reign of Terror take place? Did it take place in France, Russia, or England? It took place in France. The Reign of Terror took place in France. How many systems of government did the French Revolution go through? 5, 6, or 3? They went through 5 systems of government. Who did Bruce Willis star alongside in the TV show Moonlighting? Was it Sybil Shepherd, Julia Roberts, or Jamie Lee Curtis? Starred alongside Sybil Shepherd. What role did George Clooney have in ER? Was he Dr. Doug Ross? Was he Mark Green? Or John Carter? George Clooney played Dr. Doug Ross. Who wrote The Hobbit? J.R.R. Tolkien? George R.R. Martin? Or was that written by C.S. Lewis? Of course, that was written by J.R.R. Tolkien. Who is credited with creating the first purely abstract painting in 1910? Was it Pierre Mondrian, Vasily Kandinsky, or Kazimir Malevich? It was Vasily Kandinsky. Where did Martin Luther King Jr. deliver his I Have a Dream speech? Was it in New York City, Los Angeles, or D.C.? He delivered that speech in Washington, D.C. What became a symbol of resistance during the Tiananmen Square protests? Was it the Goddess of Democracy statue, the Tank Man, or the Red Guard flag? It was the lone man standing in front of the tanks. What was the first luxury SUV introduced in 1970? Was it the Ford Bronco? Was it the Jeep Wagoneer? Or was it the Range Rover? It was the Range Rover. What show popularized the Dodge Charger? Was it Starsky and Hutch, Knight Rider, or was it Dukes of Hazzard? It was the Dukes of Hazzard. Who was South Africa's first black president? Was it Thabo Mbeki, Nelson Mandela, or Desmond Tutu? South Africa's first black president was Nelson Mandela. Who first walked on the moon? Was it Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, or was it Buzz Aldrin? The first one walking on the moon, that was Neil Armstrong. What left Frida Kahlo constantly in physical pain? Was it a car accident? Rheumatoid arthritis? Or was it a bus accident? It was a bus accident. Who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird? Was it Truman Capote, Mark Twain, or was it Harper Lee? To Kill a Mockingbird was written by Harper Lee. Who is the host of Survivor? Is it Drew Carey, Ryan Seacrest, or Jeff Probst? And the host is Jeff Probst. What duo directed The Matrix? Was it the Wachowskis, the Coen brothers, or was it the Russo brothers? It was the Wachowskis who directed The Matrix. Who helped liberate 6 South American countries from Spanish rule? Was it José de San Martin, Antonio José de Sucre, or Simón Bolívar? It was Simón Bolívar. Where was Catherine the Great from? Was she from Germany, from Russia, or was she from Poland? Catherine the Great was from Poland. What is the largest subtropical wilderness in the USA? Is it the Everglades, Florida, the Okefenokee Swamp, or the Big Cypress National Preserve? And that would be Everglades, Florida. Where does the Continental Divide in America run? Is it through the Rocky Mountains, the Sierra Nevadas, or the Appalachian Mountains? The Continental Divide runs through the Rocky Mountains. How long did it take to connect the Suez Canal? 10 years, 7 years, or 9 years? It took 10 years to connect the Suez Canal. What was the Monroe Doctrine? Was it a trade agreement? Was it a law? Or was it U.S. foreign policy? The Monroe Doctrine was U.S. foreign policy. Who wrote Inception? James Cameron, Quentin Tarantino, or was it Christopher Nolan? Inception. That was written by Christopher Nolan. Who was Barbie named after? Was she named after Barbie Handler, Betty Handler, or Barbara Handler? And now I'm going to have to look up who they are. Or I'll just look up who Barbara Handler is. Where is The Wire set? In Detroit? Baltimore? Or is it set in Los Angeles? The Wire is set in Baltimore. What pseudonym did Sylvia Plath originally publish The Bell Jar under? She published under Virginia Lucas, Valerie Lewis, or Victoria Lucas? She published it under the name Victoria Lucas. What did Max Ernst invent? Was it the collage, decalcomania, or frottage, a surrealist art technique? Max Ernst invented frottage. Frottage? What led to the Bosnian War? Was it the breakup of Yugoslavia, a border dispute with Serbia, or a civil uprising over economic reforms? And it was the breakup of Yugoslavia. What car did they drive in the TV show Supernatural? Was it a Mercedes, a Jaguar, or was it an Impala? In the show Supernatural, they drove an Impala. What live-action Disney movie is about a talking car? Is it Cars, Fast Lane, or was it the Love Bug series of movies? Herbie, right? Herbie and the Love Bug was the Love Bug. What was AOL's tagline in the 90s? Here's mail. There's mail. You've got mail. You've got mail. Who is the only president to resign from office? Was it Nixon, Clinton, or RFK? Richard Nixon, only one to resign. How many artworks did the Nazi regime destroy? About 20,000? About 30,000? or about 10,000 artworks? About 20,000 artworks. Who originally published Harry Potter? Was it HarperCollins? Was it Penguin Random House? Or was it Bloomsbury Publishing? Originally, it was Bloomsbury Publishing. How many Emmy Awards did Bryan Cranston win for Walter White? 3 Emmys, 5 Emmys, or 4 Emmys? Cranston has won 4. Who originally starred in the Mad Max series? Was it Tom Hardy, Tom Cruise, or was it Mel Gibson? It was Mel Gibson. Who lost the British election in 1945? Was it Winston Churchill, Anthony Eden, or was it Neville Chamberlain? The loser in 1945 was Winston Churchill. How many people did the Taiping Rebellion kill? 50 million, 3 million, or 20 million people? The Taiping Rebellion resulted in the death of 20 million people. What is New York's state bird? Is it the eastern bluebird, the American robin, or the northern cardinal? New York's state bird is the eastern bluebird. What is Arizona's state nickname? Is it the Copper State, the Desert Jewel, or is it the Grand Canyon State? Arizona's state nickname is the Grand Canyon State. What is the capital of Texas? Is it Houston, Austin, or is it Dallas? The state capital of Texas, that would be Austin. When did the Wright brothers take their first flight? 1901, 1903, or was it 1906? The Wright brothers took their first flight in 1903. When was Nelson Mandela taken off the terrorism watch list? Was it 2003, 2008, or 1999? Nelson Mandela was taken off the terrorism watch list in 2008. How many nation states did the United Nations have when it was founded in 1945? 45, 67, or were there 51 nations belonging? There were 51. How many miles is Cuba from Florida? 90 miles, 129 miles, or only 74 miles? Cuba is only 90 miles from the tip of Florida. Who was the first Asian woman to win Best Actress? Was it Ming Na, Michelle Yeoh, or Lucy Liu? The first woman to win a Best Actress award, Michelle Yeoh. Who directed the horror movie Get Out? Was it Tim Burton, Wes Craven, or was it Jordan Peele? And that was directed by Jordan Peele. How many actresses played Queen Elizabeth II in The Crown? 3, 5, or 4? There were 3 actresses playing Queen Elizabeth II. What was the first live-action Star Wars TV series? Was it Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, or The Clone Wars? It was Mandalorian. What is the second most translated book in the world? Second most. Is it Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Pinocchio, or The Little Prince? That would be The Little Prince. Who holds the Guinness World Record for the most #1 New York Times bestsellers by a single author? James Patterson, Stephen King, or is it Daniel Steele? And that would be James Patterson. Who invented pointillism? Is that Vincent van Gogh, Georges Seurat, or Paul Signac? And that would be Georges Seurat. What did Caravaggio revolutionize? Fresco painting, abstract composition, or was it the use of chiaroscuro? And that'd be the use of chiaroscuro. Where did the Khmer Rouge take control in 1975? Was it Cambodia, Vietnam, or Laos? In 1975, the Khmer Rouge took control of Cambodia. What led to the creation of the EPA? Was it the Clean Water Act of 1965, the Earth Summit of 1972, or the growing public concern over pollution? It was growing public concern over pollution. What trial captivated America in 1995? Was it the O.J. Simpson murder trial, the trial of the Menendez brothers, or was it the trial of Casey Anthony? In 1995, if it don't fit, you must have quit. O.J., what country did Pokemon launch in? Japan, China, or Taiwan? Pokemon launched in Japan. What car is a 3-wheeled car featured on Top Gear? Is it the Morgan 3-wheeler, the PLP 50, or is it the Reliant Robin? It is the Reliant Robin. What car revolutionized rally racing in the 1980s? Was it the Ford Sierra RS Cosworth, the Audi Quattro, or the Lancia Delta? And that would be the Audi Quattro. And that's 100 questions. That's all I've got for you. You've done an amazing job. You know that? Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Put your score down in the comments, please. We love to hear from you. And check out these videos right here. They're a lot of fun. We learn stuff.